room, and this is an occasion of this is a farewell, but it's also a celebration for the extraordinary contribution that Sir David King has made to global Britain's agenda in tackling climate change. And where is David? Thank you very, very much indeed for what you've done. I'm just Nick Bridge, by the way, is taking over from Sir David, so the torch is being passed, and the eco-friendly torch is being passed very shortly. But I just want to say a couple of things, because I first came across David, I think a few years, about 10 years ago, when I had a plan to do all sorts of brilliant eco-friendly things with the Thames estuary, and they included a barrage for the clean generation of power, and eco-parks and sanctuaries for bitterns and oyster catchers and all manner of other wildlife. Though this, I have to admit, was window dressing for what I really wanted to produce, which was a 24-hour, 6-runway international airport, and which, by the way, is still the eco-friendly, much better than any other solution currently being proposed. And it was a measure of David's brilliance that he was willing to develop these ideas. And he saw, this is the key point, my friends, the only point I want to make to you, he saw no inherent contradiction between economic growth and between saving the environment and indeed reducing CO2. And that has been at the heart of everything that he has done as our climate change envoy, and everything, of course, that we are trying to do throughout our network. And I want you to know that, David, this is a special mention for you, because you will be worried that as you leave, the Foreign Office will forget about this, and all the climate change attachés around the network will no longer have you, chastising. We will go on. We will go on. Of course, you'll continue to cat's cradle the world in an eco-friendly way, getting your message across. But we will also be doing it on your behalf. And I think you've had amazing success. You've helped to convince the Chinese and the Indians of the logic of this case. And by the way, just so you know, I raised it in the White House. And with Rex Tillerson, who, I'm not saying we're there yet, okay? But the work goes on, and we will go on. And I think we're in a much better place than we were, shall I say, perhaps 6 months ago in making that argument. And I think we will succeed. The crucial point we're able to make is that you can cut CO2 and also make huge dollops of dosh. And that's the argument that was successful. The UK, you may not know this, we now export from Hull. We export huge numbers of wind turbines made in Hull, and we're supplying the Taiwanese. Who would have thought that we were now manufacturing wind turbines in order to reduce the carbon output of the Taiwanese? And I'm proud to say that even in the city in which we stand, under the previous mayor, that forgotten epoch, CO2 emissions went down by 14%, even though the population of the city, no thanks to me, went up by 800,000. And GDP went up by 12%. Can you think of that? And I'm proud to say that as we stand now, today, in 2017, I don't know if you know this, in 2017, our total emissions as a country are now running at 381 million tonnes a year, which is down to levels not seen since Queen Victoria was on the throne and the motor car, let alone the airplane, had not been invented. So I think that is thanks to some shaking of heads in there. That's true. That's data that's just been supplied to me by the Foreign Office. If you can't trust the Foreign Office, ladies and gentlemen, who can you believe? That is a tribute to the work of many people in this room. I know you all care passionately about it. I want you to know that we in the Foreign Office are going to continue with this climate change diplomacy front and centre of our agenda. But in the meantime, I would like you all to join me in thanking very much the heroic labours of our special representative, Sir David King. Thank you.